Welcome to today's episode. We're going to take a quick look at the latest giants in the smartphone world, the Apple iPhone 16 Pro and the Google Pixel 9a. If you're on the fence about upgrading, or maybe just curious about what makes devices tick under the hood, you're in the right place. Joining me today is our resident tech analyst. Welcome.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here, especially to dive into this classic Apple versus Google head-to-head. These new releases are stirring up some big conversations in tech, and I can't wait to get into what sets them apart.
So let's start at the top. When Apple and Google launch new phones, the world pays attention, but for pretty different reasons, right?
Absolutely. Apple's latest iPhone 16 Pro is all about pushing the boundaries of high-end performance and design. It's building off that established reputation for innovation and luxury. Meanwhile, Google is taking a different route with the Pixel 9a, making smart technology, particularly AI features, more accessible to a bigger audience and at a much friendlier price.
More accessible is key. But let's go beyond the surface. What can you tell us about their processors and what's actually driving these phones?
There's a lot happening under the glass. Apple went with their new A18 processor, a hexa-core chip tailored for speed and seamless multitasking. Google's Pixel 9a brings in the octa-core Tensor G4, which is at the heart of Google's AI-driven features. What's really interesting is the investment each company makes. The Tensor G4 actually makes up nearly 30% of the Pixel 9a's total component costs. The A18 in the iPhone? Just under 20%. That shows how much Google's betting on processing power, as well as just how efficient and vertically integrated Apple's operations are.
That's fascinating. It's almost like Apple's found a sweet spot for balancing their hardware and manufacturing, while Google is making its processor more central to the phone itself.
Right? But it goes beyond the chip. If cameras are your thing, Apple really comes out swinging. The iPhone 16 Pro features a triple lens setup, a 48-megapixel wide lens, a 12-megapixel periscope telephoto for those crisp zoom shots, and another 48-megapixel ultra-wide lens. It's a photographer's playground.
And what about Google's Pixel 9a?
The Pixel 9a keeps it simple but effective, with a single 48-megapixel wide-angle camera. It's not as versatile for zoom or ultra-wide shots, so if you're passionate about mobile photography and want the flexibility, the iPhone's camera package definitely has the edge.
But display-wise, they're pretty evenly matched up front, aren't they?
They are actually. Both phones feature a 6.3-inch display, but Google uses a 2424 by 1080 AMOLED panel on the Pixel 9a. It's sharp, vibrant, and also more affordable to produce, which helps control that price tag. The iPhone display brings Apple's well-known color accuracy and brightness, but both devices deliver crisp visuals.
Now, if you're future-proofing your tech, connectivity matters too. Any differences there?
For sure. Both models support Wi-Fi 6E and Bluetooth 5.3, so you're covered for most current networks and devices, but only the iPhone 16 Pro supports Wi-Fi 7, which could be a big plus as routers and services catch up with the latest wireless standards. It's a small nod, but one that tech enthusiasts will appreciate for longevity.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room: price. How do these stack up? And what does that mean for how many people actually end up buying them?
The Pixel 9a is the clear winner on price, coming in much lower than the iPhone 16 Pro. That's very intentional from Google. They want to reach users who might not be willing or able to shell out top dollar. But as we've seen in key markets like India, the story is a bit surprising. Apple still grabbed about 8% of the market share in 2024, while Google's Pixel stayed under 1%, even with that lower price.
So, what's driving Apple's popularity in places where you'd expect price to be the biggest factor?
It really comes down to the strength of Apple's brand, their well-connected ecosystem, and that sense of premium status. People see value in owning an iPhone that goes beyond hardware. It's about the experience, the integrations, and honestly, the cool factor. Even in price-conscious regions, that appeal is incredibly strong.
So, both phones have their distinct places in the market. Apple is sticking with what works: premium build, ecosystem, and some head-turning cameras. Google is betting big on bringing smart, AI-driven features to a wider audience at a fair price.
That sums it up. What's great for us as consumers is that these different strategies bring real innovation. You can choose a phone based on what matters to you, whether that's cutting-edge photography, lightning-fast chips, the latest wireless tech, or just getting great value.
And it's always changing. Next year, who knows what the conversation will be? Thanks for breaking down the latest for us. It's been great to get this inside scoop.
My pleasure. If you're a fan of following tech trends or want to understand where real value lies in your devices, keep listening. There's plenty more to uncover. All of this information was brought to you by TechInsights Insightful Chat, your real-time source for semiconductor data, analysis, and insights. Whether you're comparing flagship devices or exploring market trends, Insightful Chat delivers answers backed by the world's most trusted semiconductor intelligence. Try it for free anytime.